Okay, guys, we're going over our quizzes that we had yesterday, and number one is we're trying to figure out how many more hours did he walk the dogs in August and July, based on the fact that in July he walked 4/5 as much time than in June. So you have 4/5 times 20 equals 16, and then in August he did 9/10 as much time as he did in June. So 9/10 times 20. So you get 16 and 18. You need to subtract. You have 2 hours. So he walked the dogs 2 more hours in August than he did in July. Moving on to the next one, we have this guy wants to make 10 dozen cookies, and which is totally useless. We don't need it at all. He needs 3/4 cups of sugar and to make a dozen, but he only has a fourth cup, so how many can he make? Well, 3/4 is the same as a fourth plus a fourth plus a fourth, and he only has a fourth, so that means I need to divide 12 cookies by 3, which means that he can only get 4 cookies with a fourth cup of sugar. Number 3. During a readathon, 40 students read as many books as they could in a month. 2/5 read 20 plus books, and 1/10 read less than 10. Find how many more students read 20 books than less than 10 books. So I have 2/5 of 40, and that gives me 16. So 16 kids read 20 or more books. Then I have 1/10 of 40, which is 4. So that means only 4 students read less than 10. So 16 minus 4 equals 12. Moving on to number 4. The list below shows the number of students in 3 classes at CIS. Of all the students, 3/8 plan to play in the school band and a fourth to play in sports. So first thing we need to do is add them up, and it totals 96 total students in those 3 classes. So 3/8 want to play band, so 3/8 of 96 we can reduce, and we get 36. And 1/4 want to play sports, so 1/4 times the same 96, you can reduce that, you get 24. 36 minus 24, you get 12. So, how many more students want to play in the band? 12 more students want to play in the band. Number 5, Denzel earned money after school. He put half into his savings. He took the other half to the amusement park, where he spent 1/5 of that half on popcorn and 3/4 of that half on riding rides. What fraction of his earnings did he take to the park but not spend on rides or popcorn? So the first thing we need to do is figure out over here how much he spent of his half on popcorn and rides. So 3/4 plus 1/5. The common denominator there is 20. I figure out that 15/20 plus 4/20 gives me 19/20. That means he spent 19/20 of that half on popcorn and rides, which to me sounds like a lot of popcorn. So that means 1/20 was not on rides or popcorn. So 1/20 of that half he had, if you multiply that, you get 1/40. So that one was the big problem with number 5. Number 6, you can solve this 2 different ways, or maybe 3. You have 12/8 times 7/9. You can simplify across. 12 turns to 4, 9 turns to 3, multiply across. Well, actually, before that, you have 4/8 right here, which reduces down to 1/2, and 1/2 times 7/3 is 7/6. Or you have 12/8 times 7/8, 12/8 turns into 3/2. Then you can look at 3/2 times 7/9. You can simplify across, multiply, you get the exact same answer. Number 7, we have our girl spend 6 hours on her Saturday or on her weekend for free time. 1/10 of it is playing board games. So I have a 10 times 6. That's 1/10 of that, 6 hours. You can reduce and you get 3/5. Going to the park is 2/5. So 2/5 of that 6 hours, you can multiply, you get 12/5. So if I'm looking at going to the park or playing board games, you have 3/5 plus 12/5. You get 15/5. So that means she spends 3/6 hours or half her free time doing those 2 things. Number 8, we got to find the area. So we have to multiply these 2 together and the dimensions of the second rectangular section as well. So 2/5 times 9/10 gives me 9/25. 3/5 times 3/5 is 9/25 as well. We need to find the area of both, so we got to add them together. You get 18/25. And I hope you feel much better about your assignment yesterday.